arguably the most important part, and I almost forgot it. Okay, reading time is done for today, and I finished a beach read. I only had about 30 pages to finish today. Otherwise, it would have been finished 2 days ago, but things got away from me. But anyway, this was so good. I don't think it was better than People We Meet on Vacation, which to me is a 5-star. I would say this is a 4-star, maybe 4.5 even. This not quite as good as People We Meet on Vacation. I cannot wait to read the rest of her stuff. I love Emily Henry. I cannot recommend her enough. To not give too much away, basically what this is about is two people live in beach homes next to each other, and they start out as rivals because they're both writers, and they also knew each other in college. And then it's a romance, so you can figure out what happens from there. So I would say kind of sort of enemies to lovers. People We Meet on Vacation was like a very lighthearted, I mean, there was stuff, but it was more about their friendship and their feelings for each other and like good times. This has a lot more heavy stuff in it than I was expecting, partially because of the book that the male is writing, and he's doing research for it, and it has some heavy topics. So that's partially why, but it also deals with grief and regret and all sorts of other things. Very good, just not quite a 5-star, simply because it wasn't as good as People We Meet on Vacation. If I was not comparing it to People We Meet on Vacation, it probably would be a 5-star, but because I've already read that one, I'm going to give it a 4. After I was done with that, I read more of Chain of Iron. I read 40 more pages, and I'm like nowhere even near the middle of it, so this is going to be an ongoing read for quite a few months, I would assume, because it's too heavy to take with me on vacation. Otherwise, I would take it with me on vacation. And I also think it's a little too complicated of a story. When I'm on vacation, I like simpler stuff. So I think I'll probably just take a simple romance story. But Chain of Iron is still pretty good. I'm still really confused about the multiple names thing, but I'm trying to get past it. There's a lot involved in this. That's why it's such a long book, because it's not just about the shadow hunters, it's not just about the paranormal world, but it's also about the romance of the characters and the ins and outs of their society and all that stuff. So, and there's also a murder mystery in it. So there's a lot of stuff involved in this book. So I'm liking it. I might read the third one after I finish it. We'll see, but I don't know because it's a huge commitment. How anybody can get through this quickly, I have no idea, because even if I wasn't reading anything else, I probably would not be getting through it very quickly. So that is my reading review of the day. And now it is Thursday, so it means I gotta get the laundry done. I need to empty the dishwasher, and then I'm not sure because I just don't really feel like doing anything. The last couple of days have been crazy. Yesterday, aside from working, I went with Kim to a travel demo thing where they were talking about certain vacation packages they had. There was one to the music cities of the United States, like Nashville, Memphis, etc. And then there was another one that was a river cruise on the Danube, which looked amazing. But I'm not sure how I'd feel about the extremely long plane ride that would take to get for the Danube cruise, because I don't do well on planes, as you all know. And I especially don't do well if I have to get up and use the bathroom. So I don't know how I would do on that long of a plane ride. But it was fun to learn about all that and see all the gorgeous pictures on the slideshow. I am kind of interested in a river cruise. It does look kind of interesting that you can go down a river and see different states, different landmarks and stuff on the boat. Viking does them as well, and they do ones in the United States down the Mississippi, which I think would be just amazing. So got that in mind as well. For today, it's basically household chores. I do have, stuff to do during my office hours, but not that much. I only got like 15 pages to edit, and then I had to send some emails for a client, so really not that much. And of course, stuff for Lynn and everything. And until office hours, I think I'm just gonna work on finishing up stuff for brands. I'm almost done. I wanted to have 100 brands listed that I can contact. I'm not going to contact all 100 at a time, obviously. I'm going to do like 20 brand spurts, and I have like 95. So I just need to think of 5 more, and I've got everything ranging from Disney to simple things like Casetify. I also need to beta read for somebody here on YouTube. As I mentioned before, I've been following her for a while, so seeing her journey of writing it and then getting to read it is amazing. I will never turn down, as long as I can do it in the time frame they need, I will never turn down reading a beta read or an ARC read. I love it. And I actually think too, I'm gonna, in addition to brands, I'm not gonna contact people directly because I don't want to be that person. But I think I'm also gonna start offering book reviews. So if you're an author watching this and you need reviews, or you're looking for ARC readers or anything, let me know, because I'd be happy to consider it. I know my channel is small, but it's growing every day. Thank goodness. I am so unbelievably appreciative that it's growing every day. And I would just love to add your book to my TBR and review it for my viewers. So my viewers, by the way, if you think that would be a fun thing to see occasionally, let me know down in the comments whether you would want it within a vlog or if you want like dedicated reading vlogs, because I'd be happy to do those as well. 10 after 10. So I'm gonna get the laundry going because there's a lot of it and empty the dishwasher, and I don't think we're refilling the dishwasher just yet. I have dishes I'll have to do this afternoon. I am now remembering why I am not a fan of pure white clothes. I can't wash them with everything else. Okay, dishes are put away, and I am gonna make some more lemonade because it's summer, it's hot, and sometimes you just need the lemonade. I have to be careful though, because I'm not very good at making lemonade from instant powder. I always make it too strong, and my mom can't drink it too strong, so. We use the 4C lemonade. This is gonna take a while. I usually make it with sink water, but I know my mom prefers the filtered water out of the Brita, so this is gonna take forever, but I'm gonna make it because I know she prefers it. So then I'm gonna have to refill the Brita, which also takes a million years, but it'll be worth it when we have some ice cold lemonade. Perfect. So that's done. Dishes are unloaded. Laundry's going, as you can hear. First load out of like 4 I think I have to do today. I am gonna go work on my bullet journal setup because I'm starting a new bullet journal for August, and I want to have a whole new setup because I now have a Notion set up for my planning and everything. So I don't want my bullet journal to just be about planning. I want it to be useful in more ways and be more like a journal in some ways too. So I'm trying to figure out the best spreads. I make pasta in the microwave. I just put it in a deep bowl with some water and microwave it for 10 minutes and it works fine. I learned how to do this in college because I didn't want to have to go out into the kitchen and use the stove because I was extremely an introvert when I was living in college, which didn't last very long. I just continued to do it because it's quicker. It still takes 10 minutes, obviously, but I just feel like it's quicker in some ways. I think it's because you don't have to wait for the water to boil because it does it while it's in the microwave. And so I just keep doing it. It's not like perfect, but it just saves me so much time and effort. And yeah, so we're gonna have some, these are technically rigatonis, but they kind of look like ziti's. I don't know why. Hannaford changed the way that their pasta looks. It's gonna be a simple pasta, but I'm gonna use pizza sauce instead of spaghetti sauce and throw in some sour cream to make it like a creamy pink sauce. I use pizza sauce occasionally instead of spaghetti sauce because it has more of like seasonings and stuff in it, and it kind of tricks my brain to think I'm eating pizza. Having to use spaghetti sauce after all because I opened up the pizza sauce and it's all full of mold. That was disgusting. Ruins my plans, but I think if I put some seasonings on the spaghetti sauce, it'll basically taste the same. So when it's done in the microwave, we shall do that. What? Do you want some cheese? This little boy loves himself some cheese, even though he never actually eats it because we don't give it to him. But every time the cheese comes out, he has to be nearby. So here is the final product. It doesn't look very good. Oh, not final product, actually. It doesn't have cheese on it. That's why it doesn't look very good. I put way too much of the garlic powder on because it comes out so darn fast. Arguably the most important part, and I almost forgot it. But it's fully cheesed now, and I'm gonna have some of the lemonade we made earlier with it because water just is not good enough. And I'm all out of soda. Use one of our lovely glasses for it. Unfortunately, one of our lovely glasses broke. And of course it broke when I was using it. I was trying to take off the top and apparently squeezed too hard or something, and it just snapped. So we're down one. We're sticking with 3. We're down 1. Oh, sorry, Bubba. It's really, really, really sad, especially since we haven't really had them all that long and one already broke. Fair warning about these glasses. If you were gonna go to Home Goods and get them, be very, very careful about taking the tops off. We have discovered it's a little bit easier if you twist and pull rather than just like pulling it off. I know it's a suction, it's not a twisty top, but it does seem to be a little bit easier if you twist and then pull. So just a little bit of advice there. All right, let's go eat some delicious lunch. Thumbnail.
Preparation bits for an estimate I've got today, and I've got a taxi booked at 9:15.
I forgot that I was gonna have to do the dishes after lunch. So that's what the task we're doing. And I figured you guys have seen me do the dishes a bunch of times now. You don't need another dishes montage. So I thought I would do something a little different and actually talk to you guys while I do the dishes. I'm watching a vlog right now of a, she's in her 20s, I think, younger than me for sure, that lives in the United Kingdom. And she has such an idyllic property. Like the house that she lives in with her parents is classic UK countryside, cottage core. She goes on these amazing walks and everything, and has this like picnic table thing in her backyard where she can just sit and listen to the birds. And oh my god, I am so beyond jealous. I want it so bad. It looks so amazing, and it's kind of reminding me of the things that we miss out on living in an apartment, but also just like, oh, I cannot get enough of her videos because of that aesthetic that she puts forward. And she doesn't even, like, she's not even trying to put forward an aesthetic. It's just how she lives. It's just her life and the house she lives in. And it's not like, you know, high-end, expensive or anything. It's obviously it has its issues. It's a little run down in places, but it just looks like such an amazing place to live. I was so hoping I had won the lottery last night because I just want to move out of this apartment so bad. But unfortunately, I only got 2 numbers. I was playing the New York State lottery because I don't tend to like to play the lotteries that are the high numbers, like the Powerball is right now, because everybody else is playing it as well. So I kind of like to play whatever has like the lowest amount of prize money, because it's some weird wire in my brain says that that makes me have more of a chance of winning it. I was so hoping I was gonna be a winner. Someday we're gonna move out of here. I'm gonna get my mom an amazing house that also has space for me, and we can also be, you know, in our own private areas. It's gonna be amazing. Someday it's gonna happen. This is a very weird, very adult thing to say, but I love when the sponge for the dishes is brand new. Like, there is just nothing like a brand new sponge that is not all, you know, squished and gross with doing the dishes. Oh, I just love it. So we're doing a brand new yellow one today. It's weird to say this because I really do not enjoy doing the dishes, but some days it's just the best thing in the world because you can look out the window and see the blue sky and the birds and like clear your mind. And just some days it's just exactly what you need. And I feel like that's today. We have a cardinal couple in the complex. We met them for the first time last summer when we were feeding the birds. But now we have downstairs neighbors, so we can't do that anymore because the bird feed gets all over the downstairs. When we were feeding them, the male would always come around first, and then a couple of seconds later, the female would come, and they would just like sit on our deck for an hour, just sit on the deck, looking out, you know, eating occasionally, just enjoying their time. And it was like a really serene image that you don't always get in a city area like we live in. So I miss that. I miss being able to feed the birds and watch them out the window. although it was also a time waster because I tended to watch them a little too long. I don't think I've ever mentioned it in the vlogs before, but I grew up in the country. I mean, I've mentioned that where I grew up to you guys, I know that much, but when I say country, I mean country. Where you guys have seen the bits of Remsen I've shown you is actually the village, which is not the country, like where I lived. And so, you know, we used to see that kind of thing a lot, like the birds and deer and stuff. And on the one hand, I miss living there because of that, and because no matter how old I get, Remsen will always be my home. But on the other hand, it was a lot of work because we lived in a trailer, and the trailer was a lot of work, and snow blowing and shoveling and all that stuff was a lot of work. Not that it isn't here, because we still have to shovel ourselves out in the winter because the apartment complex is useless. When we move out of this apartment into a house, we're looking for something that is close to all the stores like we are now, but has like that country feel, so that we, you know, still get like the birds and the feel of being in the country, but actually not in the country. Okay, dishes are done. So thanks for joining me and helping out.